Construction of the Rhodope Mountains line started after World War I, work beginning in 1921, and it took 5 years to reach Vellingrad. That was the easy part of the construction. Ahead lay the Rhodope Mountains, and it took a further 19 years to construct the rest of the line by means of tunnels, cuttings and bridges, plus a number of spirals to reach the summit of the line at Avramovo, at 1,287 metres above sea level, before the line descended to Dobranice. Dobranice wasn't the intended endpoint of the line. It had originally been intended to have reached the border with Greece. The total length of the line is 125 kilometres, 77.7 miles, whereas the straight line between the beginning and end of the line is 68 kilometres, making the finish line 84% longer. Gradients too are severe and lengthy. Given the severe nature of the line, it's not surprising that it proved difficult to find a suitably powerful locomotive to work over the line. The first locomotives were small 062 tanks, but they were completely unsuited for the line. In 1928, 6 010 tanks in the 500 number series were purchased, but these too were underpowered for the line. Eventually, in 1940, 5 massive 210-2 tanks arrived, followed by 10 more after the war. These were the 600 series and proved very suitable for the line. Even so, double heading was often needed. One loco, number 613, is stored at Septembrai, and one, number 609, is in use. There were 2 other items of interest at Septembrai shed. This rail car, number 8201, was one of 5 twin car sets built in 1952. The power unit was in the middle of this car. They lasted until the early 1960s. As with the early steam locomotives, they were underpowered. There was also an example of a 600mm narrow gauge engine at Septembrai. The term modern traction is not really appropriate to the Rhodope Railway because the favourite diesel locomotives are already more than 55 years old. These are the Henschel-built diesel hydraulics with 1,100 horsepower Maybach Mercedes-Benz engines. 7 of the original 10 locomotives survive, but a maximum of 5 are serviceable. 2 of the Class 75s have been retained as donor locomotives, 75002 and 75005. When more locomotives were required, the 23rd of August factory in Romania built 15 very poor copies of the Henschel engines. They didn't remain in service for very long. In 2010, 2 Class 76s were reconditioned and prepared for sale to Argentina, although only one was eventually sent. The remaining locomotive is still in the shed at Septembrai, with its yellow livery for the Rio Turbo coal railway in southern Argentina. Finally, in 1988, Romania provided another 10 locomotives of Class 77. They are a much improved version of the 76s. Only 4 remain today and not all are serviceable. Outside, the locomotive was prepared for its journey.
Stand in there. You'll see it. Oh yeah. They just put the reporting number up too.
Originally, there were 2 shunting locomotives belonging to the 80 class. This one had been out of use for many years. The other shunter had been renumbered as a Class 71, number 002. It's fetching coaches from an incoming train away for servicing. Supplies were put on board for the 7-hour journey ahead. and the crew readied themselves for the departure.